What's up guys, and welcome back to another installment right here at ReaperWorX. Today has literally been one of those days, you know, today we're gonna do a custom for Adrian and shit just went wrong. Ooh, and that's new, so let's talk about it.
I have a very real and unaesthetically pleasing first world problem. My wasteboard where I want to film looks terrible and doesn't look good on camera at all. So I shut everything down, grabbed my things and headed out.
Hey boy! Hey! Don't worry, I ain't going to the shop in Crocs.
I definitely can't forget my MBK wallet. Meet my scrappy Coco. She's dirty and dusty, definitely squeaky, but reliable, and I don't cry as hard when I need to fill up. But like my granny's uncles, nieces, nephews, great-granddad twice removed used to say, never look the gift llama in the asshole. You never know what it had for breakfast. Oh, of course there's a taxi in the way. My heart starts pumping when I pull in at Leroy Merlin. This place is like a mecca for me. Can I have 3 of everything, please? What's this? I need this. Yeah, you go in there. I need wood, glorious wood, marvelous wood. Ah, some long screws. I found it. Absolutely stunning. I saw the price and almost had to radio the troops for emergency medical extraction.
What?
I was just about to give up when I found a melamine owl. This would work perfect. I grabbed 2 of those, as well as a few other odds and ends, and headed for the checkout. Neo, you rock. It was then a rush back to the Reaper Shire as excitement intensifies. I unleashed the demon and carried everything inside. I played around with some shelf positions. I wanted to put my DSLR on the smaller shelf for live streaming purposes, but it didn't work out that way. Then, disaster struck. My head tactical lawnmower operator, gun and sergeant Lucky, who helped me paint last week, didn't close the paint properly. I wanted to touch up the paint on the wall where I moved the old screws. Shook the bucket and the paint went everywhere. Epic fail. I was full of it, absolutely drenched. Even my beard, which I now had to go and shave off. I used a scraper to scoop up most of it. My vest was ruined, so I kinda used that and spent about an hour cleaning everything up as best I could. I'm gonna murder him. Guess I'll have to make a plan with these flaws sooner than later. I could stack my old cameras, a gift from a very good friend. It looks amazing. Once that was all done, I was so depressed, I desperately needed a comfort drink. Me full, you give full brandy, full happy. Back over in the workshop, I can take my newly bought melamine boards and stack them on my CNC. We're gonna get into the CNC details probably in the next video or so watch this space. Now doesn't this look so much better? Today we are working on a Spyderco Civilian. It has been here for a very long time and I have to get it out. I've already drilled out all the rivets to disassemble it, got some new standoffs from my friend James over at Light Optech, and a piece of the tip was broken off, which was also repaired. It had the absolute worst rubber inlay and I machined a piece of fat carbon that will fit perfectly in there. It also had the worst pocket clip, also with more rubber that I've also ripped off. That's a lot of alsos. Also, I don't know what Spyderco were thinking. And tip down carry only. In my box of many mysteries, I found 2 pocket clips that would fit this build and decided to use the silvery one. We start with the blade. First, a wash and a scrub to remove all the oils and fingerprints. Thread a string and drop it into my special ferric chloride concoction for 10 minutes. We're gonna discuss shielding the bearing faces in a future video. Once that's done, I can throw the blade into my rotary tumbler filled with ceramic media and an acid neutralizer for 3 minutes. I got my tumbler from Goldsmith and Jewelry Supplies and it works a charm, but it makes the biggest noise. I can then remove, rinse, and just look at this finish. Next order of business is to smooth out the edges on the dinged up aluminium frame. I turn on my Herbst Ultimate Grinder, use a rough belt to hog out some material and bring it into finish with a 350 grit ceramic belt. This machine is an absolute lifesaver. Thank you. You know who you are. Just look at these edges. I can then go through some grits and smooth out the faces. Sadly, I don't have a machine for this. Elbow grease it is. Deciding where I wanted to place the new pocket clip wasn't very tricky. I marked out where I wanted the holes to be, center punched them, drilled, and then tapped. This is my mystery box. I have various broken, donated knives, and the parts come in handy on a regular basis. And now for the part I hate the most, sandblasting. Yes, I know, I am super bald, just get over it. So I don't really have the right compressor for the job, and it doesn't really keep up, and it makes this process extremely tedious. I can't see into the cabinet either, so I have to rely on my hands and feel what I'm doing. A quick nap later, and we have an even rough texture. I load them individually on pieces of paper, ready to be blackened. This is CalGuard Gun Coat. It is super hard durable stuff, trust me. I made sure this can was closed properly before I shook it. I can then take a syringe, fill up my airbrush and give the parts around 6 coats. It has to go on lightly, else you get a glossy finish, so take your time. I haven't used this oven yet and I don't really trust it. You really have to be precise with the temperatures, so my inside oven will have to do. And disaster struck again. Luckily not as bad as the first time. I dropped the newly coated pocket clip and it went inside the oven door. I used a magnet on the end of a bread knife to fish it out and luckily it was perfect. 150 degrees and we'll come fetch them in an hour and a half. The blade had this weird blemish on both sides right by the plunge line and I thought this would be a perfect job for the laser. I grabbed my iPad, snapped a picture and sat down for a design session. My iPad and Apple Pencil combo is probably one of the best investments I've ever made. There's nothing like having the perfect tool for the job, and that M1 chip easily devours anything I throw at it. Pinterest is a perfect place to start. I use it to find inspiration or to find designs that I can adapt for my needs. I found a marble pattern that I thought would match the fat carbon inlay well. I downloaded it, threw it up in Adobe Capture to vectorize it, then Procreate where I can overlay and line up the design on my photo. Erase what I don't want, export it, load it back into Adobe Capture to once more vectorize. Then another export and finally an airdrop. That was hard to say. Then I can turn on this monstrosity, turn on this beauty, load everything up, prop everything up, line everything up, and really hope I don't fuck anything up. A whole bunch of alien sci-fi laser cannon shit happens, and a wild ReaperWorX logo appears in a different color. What? After a retina transplant, I could remove our baked goods. Perfection. Of course it is. I did it. Now it's time for me to oil the blade, shorten the standoffs, assemble the knife, fit the clip, glue on the inlay, and once again shut up and show you what it looks like.
So thanks for popping by again, guys. Subscribe, like the video, comment, it helps. I don't really know how to finish these videos yet. I mean, it's only my second video, so I can do this, or the Oh my God, I'm such an idiot.